I hope your break was lovely.
Mine was fantastic.
I hope the 3 minutes went very quickly.
Cook some popcorn.
Yeah, time two things of popcorn.
You've had a few hours. You've eaten the first batch.
Yeah,
Get the second batch. On
I can demolish popcorn.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can demolish popcorn.
I hate when you get the kernels in your teeth afterwards.
Oh yeah.
And like a week later, you're like, oh, this is still there.
A week later?
Maybe not a week. Okay, that was the wrong word.
Okay, that's
a bit much.
That's not my life.
You brush your teeth at some point, but like, you know, okay. It's frustrating.
That was a disaster.
Oh, you know, we have to wait. Now, we didn't talk about the Foley sheet beforehand.
Yes.
And I'm going to throw someone under a bus right now. Because we have comms here and they can talk to me. I can't talk back because this one's broken for whatever reason. And they told me during the break there's no possible tiebreaker. They don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at this Foley sheet. And they've given this to me. The people complaining to me, or whatever. The people. The behind-the-scenes people. It's not just us here. There's a team of people. There's a red line here that implies a tiebreaker. And I'm sorry, but I double-checked the results, so it's correct. Apparently, there's no more tiebreakers, though.
Oh, okay. So no situations whatsoever.
So I can't trust this.
Okay.
That's what I'm taking from this. But,
yeah.
I mean, if I am looking at this, though, quite frankly, Mammoth have locked in playoffs. We know that.
Yep.
Gravitas have not locked in playoffs. But if this is close to correct, this is a very important game for them, so I believe it does actually lock them in playoffs.
Yeah, I'm just updating the sheet right now. Gravitas sitting at 6 wins.
They 6, so they go 7.
Have the head-to-head,
but there's
not versus Chiefs. They don't have the head-to-head versus Bombers, who are now on 6. So if they lose, they go behind Bombers, they go behind Chiefs. So yes, like Gravitas losing will knock them out.
But if they win, are they secured playoffs? I believe.
But if they win, they should be 7, right? Like the Bombers can't take over. So yeah, 100%.
So this is a difficult game for them because Mammoth are fantastic in this league.
Yeah.
And in the OPL actually, a bit of mirroring going on there, which is good to see. But also. They can earn their own spot. They're not relying on results from other teams, which I think is actually a really cool position to be in if you're a team.
Yeah. Oh, like you want getting to the end of the season, you don't want to be like a spectator to other teams, right? Like watching, it's like okay, like because the most stressful thing is when draft happens and you look at draft and it's like, oh man, like I don't like that. Like and you need them to win and it's like I don't like that at all. Like this is not what I need.
I don't agree with their strategy. It's worked for them all year, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Looking at this sheet though, if it is still correct though, if they don't win this game, they don't get in.
Yeah, I think they're out. I think like they'll be on 6 points still, like Chiefs.
I think they don't have
because they've lost head-to-head to Chiefs and Bombers, who will be the 2 teams that are equal on points.
Yeah.
Like if not ahead, right? If Chiefs win, then they're even further above them, and that would put them out immediately, irrelevant of if Chiefs got the victory or not. So
yeah, there's another thing I'm a little bit confused by on this sheet. That's Order Academy's way to get to the playoffs, and I think they need Gravitas to win this. I actually think Order are barracking for Gravitas here.
Okay, they've lost to Gravitas. So head-to-head won't serve them?
I don't know why. I mean, between games, I might duck out and have a chat because I want to get update on this. This is a very important couple of games for these teams. I want to get the details. But, I mean, fact of the matter is...
the inside scoop.
Both teams here need to win. It's simple as that for these guys. But Mammoth have locked in first place. They are first. They're locked.
Yes.
That ain't changing. Gravitas here, if they get a win, they're in. We know that. If they lose, that's when we're really starting to get into the, ooh, how does this work? We believe they're out.
Yeah.
But I want to double-check that.
But the big hurdle, I guess, is right now on your screens for Gravitas, right? They don't have their old top laner in Guapi. Rival's still in. Played last week, has played a subsequent week before as well. This will be his 3rd time on the roster, but also Juves in the bottom lane. Retribution, no longer playing AD carry for Gravitas Academy. Not sure if he was just unavailable this week, but this is fighting for playoff hopes with 2 potential substitutes coming out here versus the absolute top dogs in Mammoth. So... if it wasn't a tall order, if it wasn't a tough game already, it is even tougher going into the draft.
I can tell you one thing. Right now, Gravitas Academy are motivated.
Oh, yeah.
Because Juves gives the most inspirational speeches you will ever hear. He will have sat down with these boys and gone, listen, boys. I'm not going to try and give this.
You've already, like, it's too quiet.
Too quiet?
Saying, listen, boys,
yeah,
like,
you're
that's
right.
not how
that's
that
not
starts.
his I'm not going to try and approach the genius of the Juves rally speech. So these guys are going to feel fired up. They're going to come out guns swinging, I imagine, and they're going to want to take it to these guys. But like, man, if you're looking for a week 11 matchup, Mammoth Academy.
Yeah, it doesn't get harder than this. The players I'm looking for Gravitas victory, I guess, is definitely like why not in the jungle. I think a bunch of their games like have been super successful off his play in the early game. A lot of it was the first part of the season, like working with his solo laners and like playing through Guapi, stuff like that. And then also, I guess, Hot Chelly in the mid lane, right? Like MLG. hate to say it, has to deal with Jews in the bottom lane, right? Ex-jungler, very good player in his own right, but off-roll here. Has played a bunch of Bard, which is like a sort of a matchup where you just escape the laning phase. Like I'm interested to see what sort of strategy they go for. Is it like, well, Sivir is banned, like an Ezreal pick? I know Jews does play Ezreal, and then just like leave him on an island and let's play the map. Let's play like the roaming support style.
Or do they try something real weird?
They do have options, but yeah, I think a lot of it is going to be the supportive members of this team.
Yeah, well, they're hovering Ezreal now, so they might pick that up for him. So when he played in the OPL, he was a jungler. So this is not his natural role in competitive. So we're not sure what we want to expect out of him. Earlier on in the day, we saw Sharp play, and we saw, honestly, a wide range of things with Sharp. Like, his early trade was like pretty, but then like they won the game, and they a bit of that was his
genuinely like Sharp looked good on Time Kench.
He had a bit of a shaky start though.
Yeah. But like that was actually a solid performance. Like knew his limits, absolutely popping off. Juice has set the bar very high. He has gone out and tweeted multiple times, I believe, that he is the best marksman in Oceania. So
what?
So the bar that I was comparing Sharp with and the bar that I'm comparing Juice with, we're talking different levels here. This is but Juice is a man about a challenge.
That is shots fired. If I was an OPL 80 carry, I don't know if I'd be watching this game for material to put on Twitter or in fear. Because I'm sure there's some 80 carries out there like Raze and King and Dream actually is looking really good. Probably going, okay, Juice, you settle down with that trash talk. That's unreasonable. But who knows? We haven't seen it, so...
We shall see. We'll find out very soon. Other side of the coin, though, haven't spoken much about Mammoth.
No.
Fairly standard stuff coming out this game. The bans, Mordekaiser and Kiana both off the table. Sejuani is actually still up and they haven't gone for any Aurelia shenanigans, which does surprise me, but this is looking like another Kate Lux game. We've seen every one of these that has been played today get significantly ahead in the early game, and already with a Nico, if that goes towards the top side, they have a very clear, we want to play around the bot lane this game strategy.
Yeah, I play a little bit of Caitlyn. There used to be an old matchup with Morgana where you could bind it and put the trap underneath. And so the bind CCs and the trap hits and you get the headshot and then like the damage follows up. Same thing with Lux. Lux hits a bind. That bind turns into another free form of CC and you can really poke someone out with that range as well. It's a fantastic matchup.
Yeah, super obnoxious.
Yeah.
Very difficult to deal with, and options being banned away. The defensive ones in the Tahm Kench, the offensive ones in the Yuumi, both going to hit the deck, so curious to see what Gravitas Academy do. Opt in for Silas being considered much more of a jungler nowadays, and I expect Kevy's going to have that one in his hands.
They've double banned the junglers in the second phase here, Gravitas, which is kind of smart. You've picked up your jungler, so by hitting that jungle pool, you're not hitting yourself as well as them. Whereas I believe they're both waiting for a solo laner as well.
Yeah.
So if you hit the mid lane, for example, and Nico goes top, you're kind of hitting yourself as well. Anyway, regardless, it's happened. Morgana looking to be picked up here actually kind of makes sense with Lux in the bot lane, actually.
Yeah, is curious, I think. Will want to get out of lane ASAP. Setting up ganks, like not the most reliable, like skill shot dependent CC, and then if you don't have priority, you're fighting through a wave, and also doesn't offer sustain, right? So he's kind of like splitting the difference between going like, we know they want to play bottom side, we know they should have priority, we want an Alistar to go, like we just want a hard force, and then also going like, we need sustain, we need an army, we need a Soraka, we need healing to like weather the storm. Morgana sort of sits in between those two things. She has CC, she has engage, but also doesn't really offer too much in terms of sustain. Will be very useful in like keeping the Lux, the Silas, like all of the CC that stacks up off the Ezreal, but
they've got a lot of this front line is just a meat pancake being thrown at Mammoth here. Like
meat pancake.
I don't know, like Aurelia, Renekton, Gragas for me is just like get in there and it's like, oh, they're in our face already. So like, and you look on the other side, it's like a Swiss Army knife of the team, right? You've got no real big tanky front line like a Gragas is, or like a Renekton can be if you need him to be.
Yeah.
So this to me is two very different comps, and they're going to execute differently. I'm very excited to see how they interact and how the team fights look especially.
Yeah, certainly. I think Mammoth are much more about playing around the Caitlyn, whereas the Gravitas are much more about playing towards the top side. Interesting that the Camille is going to go into the mid lane. You saw Halo change his summoner to the TP, so that is absolutely guaranteed. If Isles is doing the same thing, I expect it's maybe like a spell book and they're going for
4 TPs by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if he picks that one up, then I expect the spell book will follow.
It's locked in 20 seconds, I believe. So,
well, summoners aren't locked in. You can lock in champions, but and like we see with Godview on the draft, we see their summoners, but you don't see your opponent's summoners. There are those matchups that kind of like handshake, like Corky versus X. Like if I take exhaust and he takes cleanse, then he wins because my exhaust is useless. But blah blah blah.
Like so scissor paper rock style.
Yeah, like scissor paper rock. Like you're kind of RNGing in champ select. Like what summoner is he going to take? And if you make a very intelligent read, then like you can boom a matchup that should be like not favored and stuff like that. So yeah, as a pro player, there's that extra step where we as spectators just look at the draft and it's like, oh wow, he took TP. Very interesting. Until this point right now, until the loading screen, they have absolutely no clue what's going on.
Absolutely. And that, to me, is interesting, but fact of the matter is, 4 teleports means that, like, I don't imagine too many, like, objectives being rotated on by Gravitas here. Just feel like they can react to everything.
Yeah, like, numbers advantage just all over the place. And it does, like, hone in on the style of game you want to play with this comp. Caitlyn Lux games, they don't want to fight for objectives. They want to have tempo, they want to have a CS lead, they want to have a gold lead, and they just want to like force around the map. And they want to be there first, quicker, and take down objectives. So going for the TP could be a strategy, is not going to be it though. Isles does have the spellbook, but does have the heal, so we'll be able to take TP later on if he wants a reset. Unfortunately, not going to get any of that TP support shenanigans we saw Order run earlier on the split.
Absolutely. On the Rift, we see Gravitas Academy moving out towards the top side here, looking for maybe some shenanigans as they look for the bind to the brush. Unfortunately for them, there is no one there. Juves has spotted out a few members of the team, so the question is now, do you invade? This is interesting because Juves is here to stop the counter invade, or at least dissuade it a little bit. Let's all look in top lane for Camille here. Look at them coming around. Camille has not spotted them. Maybe looking to take this away. Oh, this could be close.
It's also the Nico as well.
He has no idea. He's gone. Halo getting caught out. Blind goes down. First blood to Aurelia.
Yeah, Redempts actually, of course. It was the clone, so just straight up face checks. Unfortunately, left the bush, like the ramp bush, way too early and didn't spot them. I say way too early, like just too early. Half a second longer and they would have spotted the invade. Half a second quicker on the re-entry would have spotted them.
Maybe he stayed
still walking through, yeah.
They did bind the brush, so I wonder if he stayed there, if he just gets hit by that and killed anyway.
Oh, I mean like in the red brush, right?
Oh,
like
the red brush.
He knew about the tri-bush and the invade, but then he didn't stick around.
Sure.
Juve's leashing for why not, but Mammoth are still here.
Yeah, the jungler is
Binding.
here.
Ezreal level 1 is super good, so...
Salas is here. Juves is going to have to make it work. The Ezreal champion's good, but is Juves good? That's the big question here. It's going to be a smite war. Gravis looking for it. Let's go over to it. Oh, Kevy gets it. Level 1, why not get chunked down, in fact. And Gravitas Academy rotating in. Why not? Still low, they're going forwards. Now going to get it. Now, Kevy's kind of caught out a little bit, but he's level 2, so he's got a big chunk of health that the Gravitas team don't have. Oh, ML's very low. Does back away. All's fair. And looks like, in the end, Kevy gets the smite and gets the level advantage.
Yeah, that's a disastrous start for both the bottom lane and the jungle of Gravitas. They lose their red buff, they lose the fight, and they lose all potions on Morgana. Kevy starts this one off. Immediately is looking to go for the red for red. Red to red, I should say.
Yep.
On the other side of the map. Actually, no, he's looking for the blue buff. So they may have had vision in their top side.
They're going for
Didn't see what Redempts did with his first wave of prio, but...
Oh, Gravis.
He just wants to deny everything.
Salas is actually fighting him now. Looks like he's chasing him out. He did get the blue buff, so he doesn't 4-buff him. That would have been just like a, go sit in the base for a while, mate.
Yeah. If Gragas went for a greedy clear, right, if he does the Gromp, if he does the Wolves, if he does anything between losing his red buff, then would have lost it, but able to actually get something on the board here to start this one off.
Yep. Noted that heal has been popped for Isles. I believe that was when he got...
yeah, level 1 in the jungle.
Level 1, yeah. So that got popped, so... That's a little bit of a disadvantage here, but the poke coming out from this Mammoth bot lane, my goodness! Look at this! Gravitas, Juves, ML.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness. They're taking hits left, right, and center. This is going to be one of those lanes.
This is ugly. This is ugly. 0 potions, as you mentioned, all popped. Binding to try and prep the CS, and that is not a good situation.
Binding for CS it feels bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Ezreal does have the early buy. He has the TP, right? So he wants to get towards the tier, come back, and then he's fine to just slowly lose. Like, that is kind of the identity of the champion. But
he's the goal to get that tier first, though, right?
That's the thing. He's at 9 CS. It's not like he's losing a little bit per wave. That's significant already.
No, really a flash out.
Okay.
Very close. Sorry for interrupting you there, but very exciting game. We're going to see how much gold does it take to get tier? 900, isn't it?
Yep.
How much CS is that? Or is it just approximately?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not enough.
Not enough. All right. I wonder what the
4,
break point is
5
for
more
him to get
waves.
back. It's like a,
Yeah.
how long can he last?
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. Just can't miss. Isles. Pinpoint accuracy. Oh, wow. Piltover hitting as well.
It's just one of those lanes, like I call them spell flingers, and I hate spell flingers. Like League of Legends, I think in like the best League of Legends is about playing the map and like using priority to leave lane, right? And like focusing on other lanes, yada yada. But this combination is just built to sit underneath your turret. Jungle floats in your direction as the Silas did. He went red. He went top side, invaded, didn't do his own red, and is now back towards bot jungle. So Miasma and Isles have the numbers to back them up. They have the priority in mid lane for Halo. If you travel down the rabbit hole to float down towards bottom side, so they're just free to fling garbage underneath this turret. Throw all of their abilities, no cares in the world, not afraid of ganks.
Oh, Gravis is here very far forward is Halo, but they're going in. Hits the CC, gets the knock up. Going to back away. One thing I was noting in the bot lane, actually, is we do have a little bit of a standoff here.
Flashes,
oh, wow, going down turret. There's a kill. In fact, Juice is dead. The very smart thing Miasma was doing, if you're a Caitlyn player, do this. Just above the turret, you can't see the floor. Put traps there, people walk into it all the time. Free headshots. It's beautiful. Small little tip for you players out there. And if you're a player like that, if you move your screen all the way to the right, so it's on the edge, you can kind of see around it. So you got to use different angles there to try and see behind that turret if you're playing defensively against that strategy.
Yeah, I was talking to Pulse about it on OPL last week, right? Like the isometric game, it's one of those few situations where you can kind of abuse the fact that you can't see top down. Yeah, it's super annoying. We didn't see quite what happened at the start of that gank, but I say gank, dive in the bottom side. It must have just been the bind landing from Isles. Flash and trap to land the CC after that one, and Mammoth are able to just secure the kill. Juves did get his tier though, so good news story on the bottom side, and are able to lock that one down. Benji's been handed a new foldy sheet.
Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, it was me that did the mistake. I'm going to own to that. I got the second game was incorrect, so I'm given the foldy sheet now, so I can update you guys.
You're a mess.
I'm a mess. Look, hey, look. I came to work this morning being like, it's going to be a standard day today. I'm going to do some awesome stuff, and then now I'm on the broadcast. So the top four is the same. Mammoth Academy are first, Diacubs are second, Legacy are third, and Prox are fourth. That's locked in. Locked that in a while ago.
Yep.
These next games here now, Gravitas are eliminated if they lose this game.
Yep.
If Bombers, they've already played. If Mammoth win, we actually have our 5th and 6th teams. They'll be Chiefs Academy and Bombers. Oh,
so it's locked straight up, like Bombers Arena if Mammoth
relevant
take this game.
Order's result. In fact, Order right now, their only chance of getting through is if Gravitas win.
Okay.
So Order are cheering very hard for Gravitas right now. And Gravitas, if they win this game, are in. They haven't got their seed locked yet, but they will make it through. Anyway, gank in the bot lane, just in time. Why not coming in? Lots of damage going down. Man, Isles takes a ton, and there is a kill. Caitlyn looking to return some damage though. Don't underestimate that. Severe range. If you walk into a trap, why not? You probably get headshot and Piltover and killed.
Got himself the BF sword, so Caitlyn certainly packs a punch, but a necessary gank lands in the bottom side. The preemptive black shield from Morgana means that Lux can't do much to keep the Gragas at bay. Flash binding from the Morgana afterwards as well secures the kill, so Isles dies with that flash available. That is ambitious, but Gragas passive. Able to heal himself back up and back in even territory. I guess the top side is something we haven't really touched on very early, apart from looking up there for a moment, and it was looking rough, but Rival played the Renekton last week. Matchup did not go well very early, got frozen on. I think there was a solo kill and was an absolute disaster, but this is actually a good situation right now. Yuumi, I guess Nico rather, does have a unique build going for the Glacial, but early levels can be tough, and it's weathering the storm up there quite fine.
Indeed. Why not quite low now? Going over the Dragon. Looks like Kevy started that one up. Looking at the Infernal. First Dragon of the game. Gold is still even. But with bottom lane backing away here from Gravitas, being pushed in all game. They did get the counter kill, but still, like the pressure from that lane just keeps up. Doesn't go away because you just get a kill. But with that gone, Kevy should get this.
Buys you like some time, right? You get a reset in that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten. No TP for Juves, given that he died earlier, so unfortunately the plating is going to go down at the same time as that Dragon, so 2 off this singular push and 3 total gone now towards the bottom side. This Caitlyn is large and in charge.
That plating feels so good to take. You know when you get like just
the
enough
last
damage.
Minion is like there for you to hit the last
Yeah,
plate.
you get the plate, you get the goal, you walk away, you're like, oh, I get to buy some potions now. Very exciting. Or wards, maybe, perhaps, if you're into
Have you... Okay, this is random, obscure, like,
Sure.
internet thing. Have you seen the video, like the potion seller video?
No.
You don't know? And he's like, potion seller, I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potion.
I have not seen that one.
God damn it,
The internet
Benji.
is a deep and dark place sometimes.
That's like...
The voice you're putting on was very creepy, though.
Yeah, I mean, it is creepy. He's a potion seller. And then...
Hey, potion sellers can be cool dudes, right?
No.
No?
Potion sellers are like... What do you mean? No, they're like
Witches or
creepy
something.
warlock-looking
Okay.
gross guys from... What's a guy from Ragnar Lothbrok? What's that called?
No idea.
God damn it. I'm blanking. Oh well. Gank in the mid lane. Call it a gank.
Is it a gank? He
Pushes
walks
in
in
the wave.
and shares some experience.
Yeah, Hot Chili, 0 mana, 0 priority, desperately needing a reset.
Yeah. So, just reflecting on this to make it very simple for all the Gravitas fans out there. Because we had a look at this sheet. I've been processing it in my head because I've been processing something else. Takes me a while. I'm a bit slow in my old age, Bryce.
Okay,
coming
sure.
out here. This game is do or die for Gravitas. I
Yeah.
think we had that earlier, but I want to reaffirm that. This game is their tournament life. If they do not win, they are out. Mammoth are playing for pride. That's really it. They're first place. They have no nothing
Yeah,
to
they
gain
have
from it.
head-to-head over teams that can catch.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
no one can catch.
Yeah,
They're
no one
10
can
and 0.
catch, right? Yeah.
So like they're playing to get into form for good practice, for pride. I mean, like you want to win this game, right? You want to be 10-1 and not 9-2. Gank coming around the bottom here. Kevy coming in. This is the
He's
weak side of the map for
spotted.
Gravitas. He's spotted, but they're sticking around.
Rival has TP and the Renekton as well, so they have to deal with the TP threat. Redempts can
Ping's
match.
coming down. They're going in bot. Silas is being called out actually as we speak now. He's going to jump over the wall. He's getting pinned off by Gragas actually. Looking to flash out. There we go. He gets away.
Yeah, hits him with a Gravitas. And flashes over the wall, stole himself a Golem camp and bought some time for Miasma. That turret is incredibly low. That was a final spark that came through.
Yeah, I think just trying to clear some stuff out. I don't think anyone was there.
Hit onto Juve, so
Oh.
maybe found a binding, found a bit of damage as he is now on -2 HP, struggling to defend this turret on the bottom
-2.
side.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to try and save his
Basically.
turret. Kevy's here with 3 of them. They should be able to get the 2 autos from Caitlyn required to take it out. They do ultimate from Kevy. They can ult here just to shove him away.
They stay.
But the autos will be enough, I believe. So first turret for Mammoth Academy. They take the gold lead in this game. They're up almost to 2,000. In fact, it's actually just 1,500. I'm exaggerating gold leads here.
And now it's all about the transition. They already have the Infernal Dragon. Next one is an air, so they care significantly less. Caitlyn goes back, has tier 2 boots. I don't believe quite has enough for the IE, but given that he's sticking around in base, he's probably just waiting for that extra bit of gold. No, okay. Pink
Nice.
Ward, ulti.
Gets away. Gragas ulti from Kevy.
Goes into
Stole
nowhere.
that one.
The TP's into top lane, so now the transition is on for Mammoth. Can they get this bot lead? Can they flip the map and continue the play? Can they get the Rift Herald and break this one open? Or do Gravitas find themselves some opportunities as everything shifts on Summoner's Rift?
Yep. It's like everyone's just taking a bit of time, clearing out the vision around the Rift Herald. It's the next sort of objective to be taken. Obviously, the win rate's coming up as well, but this is around Rift Herald time. Bot lane for Gravis Academy have rotated up. Looking to push the top lane out, but the bot lane from Mammoth have also rotated up as well. So that bot lane matchup we saw, there is no escape for Juves. He's going to get a bit more of that. He's going forward, actually. That's a dive forward. He's got a ton of damage coming through. Aurelia picked up there. In the top lane, though, Caitlyn is going forward, trying to pick him up as well. But here, fight going on. Blast plant hit. Knocks Why Not back into the team. Halo over the wall. Is a 2v2 here with 2 players trying to join the right side here. Renekton's not joining this fight at all, so this is going to be Elmo dying as well. It is a 2-for-0, 3-for-0 actually, as Juves died to Caitlyn in the top lane.
Yeah, Mammoth walk away with everything. Solo kill for the AD carry. Skirmish in the river, and that's going to be more plates, more turrets falling down, and the Rift Herald started up by Kevy, I believe, is bringing that one out of the pit. Maybe just taking down the crab at some fruit, but there's a huge influx of gold now. 3,000 is the lead here. Multiple plates going over to the Caitlyn, working on that IE spike. Assist Me ping comes down into the river, so this will be Rift Herald to boot, and the consolation for Gravitas is Rival in the bottom side, right? Has the Tiamat working on what will be the Shojin you expect, but gets a couple of plates.
Yeah, takes a bit of damage there. Like you mentioned, Rift Herald here being taken from Mammoth Academy. Bot lane Renekton got a few turret plates, so he's got a bit of extra gold. He didn't pop his TP during that fight. So on the flip side, Nico has popped his. So if Renekton can disengage, he can join a fight, but Nico can't. So you can see there's potential. Something might pop into Gravitas' head there, but not with that much health.
Yeah, the problem is that their Gragas lost Flash in the engage, right? Because out of everyone on this lineup, like the ability to force something rests solely on Why Not in the jungle. If he can go topside, then yes, they may be able to force a numbers disadvantage fight for Mammoth. They can pick up some value out of this TP advantage they have on the Renekton, but because the Summoner down does make it a little bit harder. Predator still is available and is useful, so not all hope is lost, but Mammoth now, IE on the Caitlyn, stopwatch to boot, so taking down Miasma is still incredibly hard. Top turret didn't break, although plating has fallen, so the task does become a little bit easier, treading onwards from 14 minutes.
Indeed it does. Taking stock of the gold lead, it's currently crept up to almost 3,000 gold now. Mammoth getting these few fights, getting a bit of CS and some tower plating in that bottom tower as well. So the tower plating's having gone down. We'll see if these turrets start falling faster. Halo starting a trade here with the Aurelia. See if he can follow it up here. Does duck under the turret range, take a hit for his troubles. They're going back and forth here. This is like a dance between these two players. Oh, misses the ult. Really telegraphed out there. Halo picks up that
Sunlands though.
Goes underneath him actually. Might be enough. Ult comes out, flashes away, and oh my god, he gets the kill on the turret. 1 versus 1. Halo makes the outplay. And on the backside, Gragas is caught out and killed by the rest of his team.
Halo with the turnaround flashes out of Gragas ulti. Why Not loses his life as well? And now Miasma once again 1v1 versus Juves. Tough territory right now. Mid lane will break. Top lane is in the crosshairs after this as well.
And there's multiple turrets here. This top lane's going to go down. Mid, if it isn't taken down, it's going to be mighty low. In fact, this is going to stay mighty low. With a Caitlyn on the team, though, that is not going to last very long. She is very good at sieging these turrets. Put the trap line down, you poke from the most range you possibly can. It's a thing of beauty. The bot lane here, Nico and Renekton are having a bit of a scuffle.
And it started off very close, right? Like, we haven't really put a hard scope on the mid lane matchup.
Yeah.
Aurelia versus Camille can be very swingy and can be quite like it was this game, where they both, like, not much really happened. Like, other points of the map were the focal point, and they were just trading blow for blow back and forth. Hot Chili has done reasonably well this game, but fortunately gets outplayed underneath the turret. The collapse is there from Mammoth, given they had all the priority, and now this is a 2-0 Camille, ready to lock people down, ready to issue the ultimatum. That's a very close fight indeed.
Indeed. Clearing waves here, though. Now the question is, with Mammoth leaving the base, they did a quick reset there. What is the next objective for them to play for? Dragon is nowhere near spawning. Same with Baron. It's really towers here. With mid lane down, they're sieging tier 2s. This is kind of this dead moment here for a few minutes, I feel like, where people are going to clear waves and jungles and get vision up. But there's really nothing to fight over. Should have a little bit of downtime here.
Yeah, we take a check in with the gold. Kevi, is he going to find it? Probably not, no. Jungle lead for Mammoth. Top lead. Actually in favor of Gravitas, barely, but mid and 80 carry. Oh, and support as well. Support has a 2,000 deficit.
On
for the
a
Morgana,
Lux,
so
you can use it as well. That's not like it's not a Braum where you just get tankier. It's a Lux who's going to do more damage with all their abilities. Yeah, that 80 carry deficit is the one I'm looking at. That Caitlyn is a big monster in this game.
Yes.
That's going to remain a problem because I think Gravitas have engaged, but on a Caitlyn, the Lux.
Yeah, engaging onto targets with stopwatches is always hard, and as you mentioned, they have 4k of the 6k gold lead just in the bottom lane alone. Bottom fight is happening there. Pop Blossom audio cue.
Wow, okay. Goes down off camera. Also, on the other side of the map, we had Gragas trading with Nico. So there's a 2-for-1 happening across the map there. Mammoth coming out ahead. Now, can they use that tempo to push a lane down? You see right now, they've got no answer for this bottom lane here with Kevi. He's going to push into the tier 2. Mid lane, it's a 2v2 with the bot lane versus the bot lane. And in the top lane here, we've got the Camille, the jungler pushing into Aurelia. So this bot lane was open. No one's going to catch that wave, but also it's so far forward, you can't really get there.
Nice binding.
Ooh, wow.
Unfortunately, Ace in the hole actually does physical damage, so Black Shield does not stop it. I actually really liked that pan towards the bottom lane. It was like artistic cinematography. We pan in and 3 people die immediately. They didn't die beforehand and then we panned and then they died. It died literally as the camera snaps to it. And they all just drop. Hit the grave and...
Yeah. You just need some classical music over it, you know, just to really add that element. Anyway, back on the map now. Once again, the gold lead just keeps growing. It's now past 5k. It's approaching 6k. This is starting to become a big problem for Gravitas. 5k mark for me is when you need to start playing differently. It's no longer an even game. You need to start looking to take non-even fights, where you have numbers advantages, or you get a pick early, or you have some sort of advantage that gets you ahead. You can't just rely on your skill.
Yeah, they're fishing for item break points in the hands of Gravitas right now. Muramana transform for the Ezreal. You really need the Triforce before the Aurelia can fight. Renekton also is still sitting on components, not yet at his first item mark, so it is certainly difficult. Complete outer ring. Yeah, complete outer ring has been broken, of course, from Mammoth, and now just pressuring. Miasma in trouble.
Coming in, CC comes down, throws down the ult, in fact, follows it up. Wow, shutdown comes down. Fantastic ult from Why Not. He's low health, but he's going to back away. He might as well be on full health because he isn't dead. He's not giving gold over. He's going to back right off. Now it's a 4v4. Ult's popped. Going in comes the Aurelia, doing a ton of damage on the backside. Is it enough? Here comes Camille. Misses the stun. Ultimatum comes down and catches one. But look at the Silas here. He's getting caught down. No, he isn't. The Pop Blossom catches one. The second person goes down. Morgana as well. And Mammoth are turning this around. Juice picks up a kill and makes it a 2-4-2. No, a 3-for-2, and somehow Mammoth win the fight.
Yeah, flanks from both sides. Nico, Camille come flying in from the woodwork, and Mammoth able to turn that one around. It looked like the dream, the alley-oop. The self-alley-oop dunk contest from Why Not throws Caitlyn right into his belly on 2 HP. Demolished at the start of that one, and every time we talk about it, the gold lead, yes, it's in the hands of the bottom lane. If you can find a pick onto Caitlyn, then you can see a team fight like that. It looks like there's life in this Gravitas lineup. Now with the Triforce completed, now with the Shojin on the Renekton, if they had those items, that could have been the victory, but timing, unfortunately, not quite there. So Mammoth, they punish, they get another turret, they get another dragon, and still opening up this gold lead.
Absolutely. And that Ocean is going to go across. We cut away a little bit before I could see that. Seemed like it ducked into Fog of War. In the mid lane here, though, Juice pushing the way forward. Going to eat an ultimate for his trouble. Chunks him down a little bit. Now it's a vision game, of course, League of Legends. So teams working on their vision on this top side. With Baron up, is now the objective to fight over. Dragon's 5 minutes away. That's not a threat right now. The only objective worth playing for Mammoth is really the Baron with the middle tier 2 dead. And Golden Gravitas still have a few towers to take here in the outer rim, but cannot
hard to do so.
The Baron for free.
Yeah. Rival does have TP, so being in the bottom lane is fine, but this is a flank onto the Aurelia. Very early commit. Spooky Ghosts are going to chase him down, and Hotchelli is caught. Yeah,
he's caught, in fact, and there's the follow-up. Luxalt comes through, and he's dead. That's just a straight pick there. Used to teleport there, catches him right out.
Yeah, pings immediately onto the Baron. You saw Gravitas. They deployed from base, got some vision around the objective, and then looked for a pick, but unfortunately it's they who are caught. Now Mammoth looking to force this one. They want to posture further in. They want to move their vision line just that little bit deeper and sit this one up. Don't forget, face-checking Baron against a Caitlyn. Setting up the traps and the choke points can be increasingly difficult, especially when they have this much control.
Exactly. The other thing is you can sort of, if you control this vision in this topside jungle, which they are trying to do now by clearing out these wards, then what happens is that anytime you go towards Baron, the other team have got to either take it slowly and safe and risk the Baron being taken instantly, or they have to go kind of quick and can risk a bad team fight. If you control the vision, your opponent does not get to pick where you fight, and you get an inherent advantage from that.
Yep. And, it's very easy to play in choke points with a Lux, with a Camille, with a Silas, with a Nico. Everybody has the AoE. So it's not a situation you want to be with. You can see how Why Not is kind of posturing. Q grants vision, so spots Kevy and Isles. Very surprised he didn't fall down there.
Miasma is just ulting Juves every chance he gets. He's like, I see Juves, ult, bang. And Juves, he just takes damage from it. He's got to go back to the base, or he's on the map on half health, and as an ADK, it's bad. Ooh, catch out here. Why Not's being caught? Tons of damage coming down. He's taken out. It's a bit of bad positioning, though, from the Gravitas, from the Mammoth players, though. And he's taking a response. Jungler for jungler down.
Okay. Good trade. They say when you're ahead, you don't want to be trading. So jungler off the board, 30 seconds, means they cannot pressure Baron realistically whatsoever. But the turret will drop, just given their advantage right now. Continuing to push this one in. They want the 10,000 gold lead. Halo is making work of the bottom side. Rival now with a Shojin is hard to dive, but still sitting a level lower, just clearing waves underneath this turret.
Keep him here. Don't let him rotate up. Jungle's coming back on the map shortly, obviously. Now look at the vision. This is the key thing to look at. Look at that top blue jungle there. Well, sorry, the blue side jungle. What do you call it? Left jungle?
West jungle?
West jungle. That's fantastic. Good idea. There is no blue wards in there, and there is like a vision ward. Like red have all the vision on that part of the map. Now, if they duck into Fog of War, they've got to get back on the map first because they're resetting right now. It is very difficult for Gravitas to get there. This is the correct way to do Baron. The incorrect way to do Baron is to have 5 players up for both teams and just go for Baron. You need the vision control. You make it difficult for them.
Roll the dice.
I'm talking about my personal solo queue adventures. It's
walk
like,
at Baron,
hey guys,
50,
if Baron's
50.
alive, let's go take it. No, you've got to get this vision up. Now, Gravitas doing the right thing. They know Mammoth are off the map. They're pushing for getting this vision back. And Mammoth, they're going to push it back. This is a back and forth fight here.
Oh, looking for the flick back, but isn't able to find it round number 2. Kevy walks onto the... okay.
Wow.
Didn't have vision, and of course, I think the ulti was timing
Oh,
out,
yeah,
so
it was a Silas
doesn't
ult.
lose too much. Just
Oh,
kind
so
of
that's a waste of it. Oh, wow. No, it's Silas ult. Yeah.
Did cop a fully charged barrel Q to the face, of course. UA's Gragas goes for the Runic into what this game will be the Morellos. So
Must be the old school Gragas. Remember the old one-shot one?
Oh, like mid lane Gragas?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Shushay era?
That, yeah, way ago.
Yeah, that was like
So
you
fun. So
QR do more damage than smite damage Gragas.
Yeah, you Q on the ground, like you bop them in. It was,
It was gross. It was unbalanced and subsequently got removed from the game.
But it was fun. That's the thing. It's about having fun. The crab was taken by Gravitas. I want to point that out because that gives them unremovable vision for a period of time here. But you say unremovable, but it gives them a false sense of security because they're in the Baron pit right now. They're taking it. They went over the wall. Gravitas have no idea what's going on. They've left the 80 carry in the mid lane here to push his wave out.
Juves unfortunately missed the true shot barrage. So didn't get vision
Oh, they
in the
see
pit.
it. It's too late though. That's
Blue
taken
orb
down.
down.
Smite takes it. And there you go. Mammoth get the Baron for free.
Very nicely played, as you mentioned. The only way to get around that vision is to go over the back wall, and Camille Silas can do exactly that. I think the Caitlyn as well was just hitting over the back of that wall. The range with rapid fire certainly is enough, so absolutely fine. Now Ardent Sensor picked up. 3 items is on the card soon here for Miasma. The Caitlyn, despite not having all the kills, does monumental amounts of damage, and now 5 members with the Baron buff is looking to close this one out. 10,000 gold lead has been cracked here for the red team.
Ooh. This is the part of the game where Caitlyn starts getting a bit of a reaction when you start autoing people. Because she starts hurting. Got 2 items right now. She's going to finish a 3rd soon. Infinity Edge with the crit items. And she's critting a lot.
Yes. Dealing a lot
Generally
of
how it
damage.
works.
Red buff was secured by the Smite of Why Not. Caitlyn was fishing for it, but unable to quite find it. But now is the hard part. All these waves crashing. Mammoth looking to time them together, and bottom turret, tier 2 will just be given here for Gravitas. No real reason to defend that one.
Free gold, you know.
They're losing damage in the mid lane whilst it happens.
Kevy pushed away there by Juice, but for the 3 people who have to rotate mid to force him off there, it means there are people lacking in this bot wave as Mammoth have moved in, and they are not in position to defend this. Look at, oh wow, Why Not finds a way through those traps, but he's CC'd down anyway. Tons of damage coming down here from everyone. There goes the player. The Isles ult is not even needed. Rival comes diving in as well. Caitlyn's very low, but getting healed up. She's barely alive. She's surviving with shields from Lux. She gets taken down, but in response, the Ezreal's taken out as well. Mammoth doing a ton of work here to take down these players. On the other 2 lanes, the inhibitors are dead and they're working on the base turrets. This bot lane here might be a lost fight, but the game, the match victory, the overall war is what you need to win here as Halo and Kevy come in and they clean up the backside. Mammoth are going to end Gravitas playoff hopes here as they take down the base and they move on to a 10-1 OCS split, lock up that 1st place seed. This team in the playoffs is one to be reckoned with.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming out looking like absolute favourites. This is a team that started with Fudge in the top side.
Yeah.
He transitions up to OPL, and it's like, who do they replace him with? Redemps was always there, has been performing very well over the course of the split, and I have to say it again, their first loss was week 1 versus Legacy. That was when you didn't know what to expect. Legacy was, I think, Mugi and Chungi in the mid and top lane. They were going all over the place, playing Rise, flexing, and nobody knew what was up, but that was just a dominant performance. Now in the bottom side, they're playing the Kate Lux, they're playing these compositions. They're certainly cementing themselves as favourites for this split of the OCS.
Absolutely. I'm looking at my little sheet here. Now we're getting down to the very
2 rows.
2 rows left. I'm going to read out these 2 options here because it's actually the same result. So we have actually got our playoff lock with that match.
Oh, it's done.
The next game, in my book, doesn't matter. According to this. Now, I didn't do this.
Yep.
So if I'm wrong, it's not my fault.
Okay.
Right? It's someone else's.
You're just hedging.
I'm hedging. I'm
Just
really
hedging.
covering all my bases. If I'm
really
right,
just
I'll
a
take all the
hedger. Just
credit.
commit.
If I'm wrong, don't do it. Okay. So 1st place, Mammoth Academy. 2nd place, Dire Cubs. 3rd place, Legacy. 4th place, Improx.
Yeah,
5th,
okay.
Chiefs Academy.
Yep.
6th, Bombers. So missing playoffs, according to my math here, is Order and Gravitas.
Yeah.
So we still have to see one more game today. Order versus Chiefs.
Yeah.
They've locked their spots. They actually can't move. There's no difference in these two results.
So Chiefs locked in, and also it's 5th seed, right? Like, it's not like they can lose this game and lose 6th seed. It's not like they locked playoffs. The seeding is locked as well.
Yeah, seeding's locked.
Yeah, damn. Okay, so that's a good situation to come into this one.
Yeah, all pressure's lifted from Chiefs. Actually, I would say what's interesting, pressure lifted from Order, but not in a positive way. Like, you see that loss, and you know your playoff dreams are no longer alive. Like, that deflates you, right? You feel bad, and that can come into play in the game. You don't play at your best if you're not in the right mental space.
Yeah, they're a team that has pulled out some whack stuff in the past. They played the Soma, played the Talia Pantheon in the bottom lane early in the split, so maybe if the last game is a dead rubber, then they got some shenanigans.
Still do two good teams, though, so I still expect a good match.
Yeah, certainly. But, okay, that match is going to be Chiefs Academy versus Order Academy. Don't go anywhere. 3 minutes. Last game of the regular season. See you soon.